So what we're going to do is we're going to make a classic tea time party food for children. It's got Rice Krispies, it's got chocolate, it's got toffee, it's got nougat in there, but we're going to put a little bit of raspberry. The great side with freeze-dried raspberries is that is 50 grams. It's equivalent to just 70 grams of raspberry. This recipe only uses 20 grams, but that has all the nutrition of sort of the raspberries. It's high fibre, it's got your vitamin C in there, it's got your folate, it's got sort of a high protein content because it's concentrated down. But the flavour intensity just zings this product, and also it hides the fruit from children. So first of all, I've got 50 grams of butter and 120 grams of milk chocolate, and then I'm just going to chop up some traditional little chocolate bars that have got toffee and nougat in, and they're going to be just chopped up into little pieces, and then the whole lot's going to go into the microwave. If we were going to make these in the industry, what you can do is you can add your toffee, you can add your melted chocolate separately and your butter, and that will give you a really good base carrier to blend in your Rice Krispies and the freeze-dried fruit. So this just needs to go in the microwave. If you're doing it on an industrial scale, pop it into your gusty kettle or an equivalent to a steam heater so that you don't burn your chocolates. So sprinkle your freeze-dried raspberries over your marshmallowy mix, and then also blend in your Rice Krispies. So the great advantage of using freeze-dried raspberries in this is that Rice Krispies are really hygroscopic, so as soon as you pour your milk on them for a breakfast cereal, they go really soggy very, very quickly. But with freeze-drying, you've actually taken 90% of the water away, so there's only 2.5% moisture in these freeze-dried raspberries. So you can get a lovely ambient sort of confectionery snack that will hold up over life. Obviously you'll need to test the AWs and make sure that they're micro-safe, but they have a huge advantage in the baking industry, whereas normally you would not be able to put fresh fruit or real fruit into products. Once you've thoroughly blended it through, we'll then tamp it into trays and allow it to set. And then what you would do in the industry is you'd cut it with an ultrasonic cutter once it's actually set through. You can then pour your Rice Krispie mix into the bowl. And then once you've got it poured into the bowl, you can then layer another piece of cling film over the top, and you can actually just carefully, just gently tamp them through to start with. Take your second piece of cling film, and it just makes it easier, and then gently press them really firmly. If you were doing this in a factory, a lot of factories use plastering panels, so you can actually get a lot of pressure put on them and it can give you a really nice even flat product. And then you'd allow these to set, and once they're set, you'd just take them to your ultrasonic cutter, and that would cut them into beautiful squares, rectangles, diamonds, whichever way you want to do. So the last phase of doing our Rice Krispie cake, the raspberry infusion from the freeze-dried, is actually just to melt 120 grams of milk chocolate in the microwave, and then we'll just spread it over the top. Again, you would sheet milk chocolate in the factory, allow it down the cooling tunnel, and then cut it with your ultrasonic cutter. So what I've just done is melted the chocolate in the microwave. You don't want to overheat it, just softly melt it and work it till it's silky smooth and got a good gloss but still quite thick. And then you can actually pour that over your Rice Krispie mix. Obviously if you were doing this in the factory you'd use tempered chocolate, and it would probably go through a sheeting machine. And then just paddle it across the bar so you get a nice even coverage. Once it's done that, you can just leave it to set again. So what we've got now is I've actually cut these into nice little squares. They're ready for a party. Put them onto a glass plate, just ready for presentation. Just remember that the advantage of your freeze-dried fruit is that you've got no moisture in there, and that these now can stand out all day, can go into an airtight tin and will last for weeks. So you've got an ideal snack for your children to graze on, and you're getting a little bit of nutrition into them as well.